These are the running backs that will lose you your fantasy leagues this year. I'm going to get it started with Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon has done a lot of good for a lot of us over the years, myself included. Helped me get a ship one of my first years playing fantasy. But the time runs out for all these guys with these running backs. They get on the wrong side of 30. Joe Mixon's got a foot injury going into this year. He's had some injuries in the past. And that's not even really the biggest thing for me, because if he plays week 1, then he's out there. That's cool. But if he's out there, that means he is behind the worst offensive line in the NFL, according to Pro Football Network, going into this year. This Texans offensive line was really, really bad last year. C.J. Stroud was struggling back there. The run game, efficiency-wise, was struggling, even though Joe Mixon was putting up good numbers. He had a great year last year, no doubt about it. But they traded Laramie Tunsil. They traded an all-pro tackle away. Their offensive line got worse. It's easily one of, if not the worst, offensive lines in football. Right now, he's going as the RB19, which that'll change depending on what the news is with the injury. But Joe Mixon has always been a guy that, he's just been in good situations with the Bengals. He's been on a high-powered offense that they have bad defenses, so they're on the field a lot. He scores touchdowns. He's moving down the field. But it's just not the case with the Texans this year. I just don't think their offense is going to be high-powered like he needs them to be. And he might not even be out there. He might not even play week 1. So we'll see what happens with it as far as his injury is concerned. But an inefficient runner behind a bad offensive line, it's just everything you don't want in a running back. So I'm fading Joe Mixon.
I think he is the very clear biggest fade in fantasy football right now. I think the injury scare is just a little bit much, but yeah, I mean, I'm all in. I agree with you. I'd fade Joe Mixon.
Yeah, him declining the way he did throughout the season last year was very concerning. Like I know he had an ankle injury, like week 6 or something, 6, 7. But after that, he just didn't look like the same guy. He has a sick dance. That was pretty dope. But yeah, I mean, I've liked Mixon for a really long time, but I think this is the beginning of the end for him.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel like even though you mentioned his price is going to adjust a little bit as people start really drafting, he's going to fall a little bit from RB19. I'm not pressing that button regardless. Nope. I mean, he'd have to really fall.
He'd have to plummet.
Want to press that button.
Guaranteed money. He's still getting paid, for the next 2 years.
I don't love the situation. I don't love how he fell off at the end last year. I don't love that he's going into the year super banged up. I really don't. I don't like any of it. The O-line's the worst in football.
Yeah.
So 30 at that best.
That whole backfield I'm probably not going to touch.
I'd take a late round flyer on Woody Marks, last pick of the draft. Maybe he's a receiving back.
Yeah,
but
I ain't trusting no Nick Chubb right now.
No Nick Chubb.
So Woody Marks is definitely an intriguing one.
Point being, I don't think he could fall all he wants. I don't think I'm pressing that button.
Mm-hmm.
There's just other guys.
There's a point. What's the point? What's the point that you would?
What's the point?
Probably pass RB30.
30's pretty low.
So Mixon,
it's pretty low for a start, because then you start getting into handcuffs, right?
So Mixon that's like Brian Robinson,
right? I'm taking Mixon over Brian.
I'm taking Mixon over Brian Robinson all day,
pretty easily.
Okay, so I'll ask you. Let's see.
I have. Oh well.
That's
you got it.
Easy.
I have sleeper up.
Okay, go for it.
For
so, let's see. What I say? Swift was at 27. So Mixon or Swift?
Swift.
Tony Pollard.
Mixon.
Pollard.
I think I'd go Pollard.
Pollard.
Too. Yeah. Caleb.
Wait. But Mixon's healthy. Mixon's playing. Tony P's probably is going to split some time with Tajay Spears.
I just saw Christian McCaffrey
last year
go into the season banged up, and then say he'll be good for week 1. And
different injury. Achilles tendonitis is not the same as an ankle. It's just not.
I know. I just feel like it's one of them things where they're not disclosing the timeline, which weirds me out.
All I found was he's in doubt for week 1, and he has a frustrating foot injury. Was the quote?
It's a lingering thing.
Yeah.
It's not the same injury as McCaffrey, but it's a lingering thing where it's I don't.
It sucks. Yeah.
Feel comfortable knowing that it's gonna. Even if they come out and say it healed, I feel more comfortable. But after what happened with McCaffrey last year, I hate the situation.
It's awful.
Yeah,
I hate the situation.
I agree, but I'm not liking the Titans anymore.
No, but I'm liking that Pollard's healthy
more
going into more than the Texans for a running back. No.
Oh no. But I like the Titans situation way more this year than obviously last year. And Pollard had a good year.
Yeah. We're just comparing the Titans and the Texans, though.
Oh, I was just Okay. Well, yeah. I mean,
I like how Pollard's going into the year healthy, though.
Yeah, no, that definitely
the
helps.
deciding factor
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
me.
that's a big deal.
That's good. Yeah.
Then it's Caleb. Then it's, like I said, Brian Robinson.
Take Caleb over.
It's just like McCaff was the guy going into, like, he was the RB1 the previous year, and he went into the year a little bit banged up, and they were saying he was good for week 1, and people still had speculation about drafting him, and he ended up busting so bad.
But he didn't
McCaff-
play until what week?
Yeah.
Well, what happened was the Niners were really weird, and they didn't declare. Like, I'm pretty sure he was almost active week 1, but then he didn't play the next 10 weeks.
They ruled him out like the day before the game or something.
Right, which
something
is
like that.
obviously they knew he wasn't going to play. They did weird stuff.
The Mixon stuff feels a little weird right now, too. No?
It
They haven't
feels
played
very
a
weird.
preseason game though. They still got a ton of.
I mean, I wouldn't have expected him to play preseason.
He's not touching preseason.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, we still have time until the season.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll
it's not
get
a week,
more
It's not a week before, and they're like, "Oh, he's questionable."
No, I agree. We'll get more information and more clarity on it, but
Yeah,
where things stand right now,
I'll fade him now.
I don't know. I don't want him.
Nope.
I don't want to deal with that headache from a running back. So.
Nope.
For sure.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Chris, you want to go next? I'm calling an audible on my guy. I can't lie to you.
I'm calling an audible on my guy. So me and Pete shared a guy because we only put forward these in our draft guide. Make sure you guys go sign up for our free fantasy football draft guide linked in the description. Our full rankings, our full sleepers, our full busts that you're hearing right now, but there's some audibles. But also other positions, quarterback busts, quarterback sleepers, everything you need to dominate your league. Go press that link. The running back that I'm avoiding my audible, I'm avoiding Breece Hall.
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
I know. You have him all the way at your RB8. It's hard to draft a guy
Still,
that high.
you can still
haven't
change
moved
it.
I have Breece Hall at my RB15. Same as Matt, same as Pete. You have him at the RB14. We mentioned you just have him at the RB8. He's going as the RB13, so there's not much of a discrepancy. My thing with Breece Hall is I actually look at your rankings, Matt, because you have your running backs tiered and colored. You have Breece Hall at the end of your third tier with the guys, the Hamptons,
I'm
Chase
changing
Browns,
that.
the Bucky, the James Cook, the JT, the HN. When we were here, when we were on FaceTime doing the draft guide and we were here doing that. The tiers for the running backs, I said I don't want Breece Hall at the end of that tier. I want Breece Hall at the start of a new tier. And I think that's where we actually put him in the draft guide. But point being, the guys going after him, I feel just as comfortable with, if not more. Prime example, guy we talked about earlier on the show, James Conner. I would much rather James Conner at the RB20 be on my team than Breece Hall at the RB13.
Couldn't agree more.
It's that simple to me.
You mean in a vacuum or at
Like a round
like you'd
later.
rather?
I am actually thinking both.
Okay.
I think James Conner is going to have a better football season than Breece Hall.
With Breece Hall, I hate that Justin Fields is his quarterback. That's part of it. And like, did you guys hear him say like he's not their running back or whatever?
Yeah, so
It's like it's weird.
Well, he said that because it's not. It's not.
he is
He
right.
said
No,
that
he's
he said that
motivated.
in context of a contract.
Okay.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
they didn't select him. He doesn't expect them to be head over heels handing him money. That he
Got
said
it,
he needs
okay.
to prove himself to this regime.
Okay.
Is
Bingo.
what that context was.
Okay.
It was
But-
honestly a really good quote on
Yeah,
his
yeah, so
part.
that-
like
okay,
it
so
was
that's
saying he's very motivated this year to be great.
He
but-
knows why he's not getting handed a contract right now. Basically,
Yeah. Okay.
I think
That's
he actually just might not be as good as we thought he is. Is just
I
what it
agree.
is at this point. Like he just might not be what he was supposed to be before the ACL tear.
Yes,
I agree.
I completely agree with that. I think Breece is a little bit overdrafted. And like you said, I think James Conner, where he's at, is just a much better value. I think those guys in the late teens, early 20s are just where they're being drafted. Like,
As a pass catcher, he's really good, but yeah.
Breece Hall's a fine player. He's just not, like you said, not as good as we thought he was. But, I mean, James Conner was the RB11 last year. He's getting drafted as the RB20. Breece Hall was the RB16 last year, getting drafted as the RB13. It literally doesn't make sense.
and I don't think people really expect the Jets offense to be all that much
Well,
better.
their offensive line is very good.
Their offensive line is great. The only problem is half their offensive line gets hurt every 3 games. And I can't project that, but that's
Well,
happened for years in a row now.
You had Tyron. I mean, it was just AVT really. Out of
Yeah,
out of, the,
Veritas
out of
cannot
that
stay
group
healthy,
of guys.
unfortunately.
It's just that guy out of that group, though.
I mean, he's the glue for that O-line. But
The right guard isn't the glue. I can promise you that.
AVT's a dog,
He
dude.
is a dog, but he's not the glue. I literally promise you.
Like, I guess this is like the epitome of tiers because I have Breece Hall at the top of this tier, but based on price, like, I'd much rather go for Kamara a full round later, basically.
Mhm.
James Cook, it's close with James Cook and Breece Hall, but if I could wait on James Cook a round later, he's not a full round later, but I'd rather take my chance and wait on a guy like James Cook, Kamara, Ken Walker, Chuba Hubbard, James Conner, all of those guys, getting them in the 4th round, than drafting Breece Hall in the 3rd round. Point being, there's so many guys I feel comfortable with it in the 4th round that why would I take Breece Hall with my 3rd round pick? I could draft a different position.
Yeah.
Because there's guys I feel just as comfortable
I
with.
agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I just to ask this, same guys at their ADP, you're taking Chuba over a Breece. Like at their current ADP. Yes. Okay.
Like, I'd rather wait
Agreed.
for Chuba and get him in the 4th round than take Breece Hall at the
What
end
about
of the 3rd.
Ken Walker?
Same thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Charbonnet at ADP.
The receivers that you could get in that 3rd round, like, I'd rather, like,
Mike Evans, T.
Yeah.
Higgins.
Yeah, it does change the
JSN.
entire build of your team.
Yeah.
I'd much rather wait on one of them guys.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I definitely
Garrett.
understand that.
Garrett's ADP is at 32.5. Breece is at 33. So they're essentially
easy.
going at the same spot in the draft. Garrett every single time.
Easily Garrett.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Completely agree.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think the possibility of him finishing above RB13 is way lower than the possibility of him finishing below. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
There's too many guys that I'd bet on and new guys and rookies that I'd rather take over him.
I was about to
Oh, yeah,
say
like
Hampton or Breece.
every time.
Like, there's guys that are just filling
Hampton
up
every time.
that RB1 spot, and Hall is slowly slipping down rankings because of it.
Yeah.
And he's just not getting better.
Right. This isn't even factoring in all the shit that the coaches are saying about how good Braylon Allen is.
Yeah.
I haven't even mentioned that.
Braylon
and
Allen?
I don't know if I'm putting stock
concerned
into that.
about that.
I'm concerned
Yeah.
about the red zone usage with Braylon Allen and Breece Hall. I agree, ball on the 20-yard line after a kickoff, Breece Hall's getting that rock. But, like, you get down to the 5-yard line, I'm taking the 6'3", 21-year-old, 260-pound guy. Bowling ball.
There's more of the possibility of
Is what he
Braylon
is.
Allen.
260.
What is he, 250?
235.
He's not
There's
230.
more of a possibility of Braylon Allen eating in this year than there was last year or the year before. Like, Breece Hall had the opportunity handed to him on a silver platter these past 2 years, and he was great
right.
2 years ago and wasn't great this past year.
I'm avoiding James Cook. I think he's a fine running back. I think he's good. I think he's in a good offense. I don't believe in the fact that he's going to put up 16 rushing touchdowns again the season after putting up 2. I just don't see that being a consistent thing with him. I think if you take away 6 touchdowns, 7 touchdowns, you get 9 or 10. It's a completely different season out of James Cook. He's not hyper efficient. He's not the best pass catcher. His touchdowns, I feel like, carried a lot of his production, which was great if you had him last season. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to draft him again this year.
I try telling myself that every time I did my running back rankings. I tried moving James Cook down for that very reason. Then you see that he had 2 touchdowns. Was it the year before last? And he finished
6 total, finishes the PPR 12.
Yeah. So it's just like, if it's somewhere in the middle, he can make up the ground. You know what I mean?
It doesn't help that he's like holding in for his contract. Like, he
That's-
stopped practicing out of nowhere
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Yeah.
I
Like,
don't. I agree
I think
with
guys
that
missing
statement.
training camp, especially running backs, like maybe you lose a step the first few games of the year if you don't practice. I think that's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's
That's more of a
reason I
concern
agree
to me.
with.
That, yeah.
I'm not at all concerned if the touchdown. Like, obviously you want the touchdowns to be there for him, but
It's not going to be.
you said like he's not ridiculously efficient. He's never averaged less than 4.7 yards per carry over his 3-year career. Like, he is. That is the James Cook thing. He is incredibly explosive. Like, he is super efficient. I'm not concerned if the touchdowns go down a little.
You meant in terms of touchdowns? What is efficiency?
I meant both, but yeah, I guess I could be wrong on the. I
yeah.
didn't know his exact yards per carry.
I mean, 6 touchdowns the year prior, finished as the running back 12, as I said before. I'm not really all that concerned if the touchdowns dip a little bit, like you said. Like, if you split the difference between 18 and 6, what's that come out to? 12? If he scores 10 to 12 touchdowns, probably still a top 10 PPR running back pretty easily. But yeah, I mean, I get the whole holdout thing or the hold in. That scares me.
He's not going to get the money that he's looking for.
He's
from
not.
the Bills.
Not at all. No shot.
Especially when you're already paying Josh Allen what you're paying him. You can't afford to pay a James Cook. What is he looking for? 15 mil?
Apparently, it's around 16 to 18 is what I saw.
Like, it's just not smart football construction if you give him that money.
And the Bills have historically not done that.
Right.
They don't do that.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and say Ray Davis is a real threat to James Cook.
He's a good football player.
He's a good football player. I think he's definitely could take some pass catching from James Cook, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yo, can I ask you something? I'm not trying to bully you, but
Bully me.
You seem to be higher on Trey Benson eating into James Conner than Ray Davis eating into James Cook. How come?
It's a good point.
I think because people know Ray Davis, like it's like a known thing. I think people are a little bit reluctant to say that Benson might eat into James Conner. People know about Ray Davis and that he's gonna eat into Cook more than he did.
I mean, you better know about Ray Davis.
I do. I know about Ray.
I'm saying they better know.
Big play Ray.
Big play Ray.
He's coming to a city near you.
Fair. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way about James Cook as I feel Breece Hall. I'd just rather not draft a running back at that spot.
Right.
So
until the contract's sorted out, like if he cuts a deal like a 3-year deal where he's getting guaranteed money, and I'm drafting a league right after he signs that deal, I'm feeling kind of good about it. But until it happens, I'm just gonna fade.
Yeah, he's at the 3-4 turn, so
I feel like that's high.
I'll tell you exactly what receivers are around him and whether you guys
red helmets this year.
Breece, Garrett Wilson.
Yeah,
I mean, Garrett will be gone, but
he's
like you're looking at
bookended.
probably like Mike Evans, Terry McLaurin,
Marv.
Mike and Marv are the two guys that bookend him right now.
Classic guy, Jacoby
Myers. Yeah, Jacoby Myers will definitely be on the board there. Yeah, just I feel much safer with those receivers in that range than I do James Cook and Breece Hall.
All right, my bust this fantasy season, I've called at least 7 audibles on myself over here. I'm not going to lie to you. Originally, it was Tony Pollard. I talked myself out of the Tony Pollard bust case because I actually think he's a pretty decent value in fantasy football. I'm going to go with Aaron Jones. And part of the reason I'm going with Aaron Jones is because of the fact that, one, they outright traded for a guy named Jordan Mason that, if you didn't know, at the start of last season was one of the best running backs in the entirety of the NFL and was top 3 in rushing yards. That's part one. Part two is this man is 30 years old. And while, yes, he had a solid season last year, I can promise you right now he is not going to have the same workload that he did last year because of the presence of Jordan Mason and because of the fact that he's 30. I think he turns into a pass-catching running back primarily. He'll be their third down guy, but I can't entirely rely on the fact that he's going to be 200-plus carries and involved in goal line situations. So I just think at the end of the 6th round, where you could get other running backs, like a guy that we mentioned before in DeAndre Swift, I'm even talking myself into the Tony Pollard situation. These are guys that are going to be very clear lead backs, and I'm not exactly sure that Aaron Jones is going to be that next year. So I'm fading Aaron Jones at his current ADP. Is that tough? Yes, because he has a history of being a great running back, but I think I'm done with Aaron Jones this year.
Yeah, I agree at ADP. It might be a little high. I really, really do like Jordan Mason a lot. I don't think that's the main reason. I don't think it's Aaron Jones' ability as a running back, but I think it could be one of those things that's like you want to save him for the bigger moments and, fourth quarter, so Jordan Mason gets a lot of the carries in the first half, or whatever it is. So, I think we'll see a lot of Jordan. So at ADP, I'll fade Aaron.
Yeah, I'll just give one more point. This was the lowest yards per carry of his career as well. And that's he still had a good season. 4.5 yards per carry is still very, very, very good. But that's a downward trend. A 30-year-old running back that just had the lowest yards per carry of his career, I'm going to push back a little bit on that. This gives me some Dalvin Cook vibes here a little bit too, so especially with the squad.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I said this on our Dynasty running back sales. Make sure you guys go check that out if you haven't already. But everything says that they don't trust Aaron Jones. Not trust, I don't say. They don't feel confident in winning football games with Aaron Jones having the same workload he did last year. They felt that Aaron Jones had too much on his plate. That reflects in trading for Jordan Mason, paying Jordan Mason, and reflects in Aaron Jones' stats. Like you said, the least efficient year of his career in terms of yards per carry. That negates out Aaron Jones's true value in a way, giving him the bulk of the carries. You want Aaron Jones splitting time with another guy for him to be saved for, the big moments so he could be at his most explosive. So, yeah, I think Aaron Jones, I mean, RB25s, I don't hate the price on him.
I don't hate it either.
I don't hate the price on him, but I think it would be tough for him to finish much higher than that.
I completely agree. And I just think there are guys in the range that I would probably rather have over him because they have more of a guaranteed probably 225 plus touches, to use that number again.
Yeah, I'm taking Caleb Johnson a full round later every time.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean,
the wide receiver there.
I don't know where we all stand on Tony Pollard at this point, but he will be the lead back. If I know anything, he will be the lead back there. So unless we're all Tajay Spears believers.
I'm a big Tajay Spears
I don't
believer.
know, man. But
I don't know how I feel about Tony Pollard. Probably won't be pressing that button either, but
yeah, I'll probably avoid that a little bit too, but I'd rather him over Aaron Jones.
That's
just about
close, bro.